What it do, God Squad family? What it do, 2K community? What it do? What you got? Back with another live stream here, dig. Think with this road to NBA 2K26 gameplay reveal soon. This motherfucking my Christian. NBA 2K. For the creators, 2K, Ronnie, Mike, Wayne, if you seen it, bro, please let me get a 2K logo this year, man. I've been trying to get it every year, and basically last year I just stopped trying. I like, we just gonna play the game. They're gonna try to get a logo. They don't recognize us, man. They don't recognize me. 2K is not fucking with me. Even though I've been fucking with 2K, my most played game out of all my games. Like, and I'm the coldest at 2K. Like, at all the games I played, 2K is my best shit. Mike, Wayne, Ronnie, fuck with me, man. Let me get the 2K logo. Let me play 2K early. On the right. Talking here, you need to play. Alright, we're back.
The moments that last forever go beyond what we see on the court.
You are the Finals MVP.
These moments start with the ball, a dream, and the game since they first stepped on a court. All of those moments have led to this one. NBA 2K26. Ball over everything.
Welcome back to our road to NBA 2K26 streams. I hope everybody has had a great week so far. Hopefully we can help you end your week on a high note here. Since Monday, I have been seeing posts asking what day gameplay would be coming. Remember, when we said July 28th, that was the week of July 28th. And the same thing applies for all the other dates we put out, but today is the day for gameplay. We made you all wait a couple days, but we are here to talk about gameplay today. Before we get into it, as always, we do have a couple housekeeping items to walk through. Today, we are talking about NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 platforms. That is the version of the game that's on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2. We also do have Twitch drops enabled on these streams, and that means just by watching them on Twitch, you can earn a locker code. You guys were saying that we started the show late, but we just wanted to give you some, 5 extra minutes to get some extra Twitch drops.
We want to see the gameplay, man. Come on.
But for the first half of the summer, the Twitch drops will be to earn a locker code for NBA 2K25. So if you watch for 45 minutes, which many of you have already, you will get 2 one-hour double XP coins, one for my team and one for my career. I am betting a lot of you have finished your 45 minutes already from our last stream a couple weeks back. But if you keep watching beyond that and watch for a total of 2 hours, you will also get a My Team 100 overall or higher pack, camo pants for your My Player, and also 60 skill boosts. Now, keep in mind, Twitch drops are, of course, on Twitch. It's kind of in a name. So if you're watching on YouTube or X or TikTok, come over to Twitch if you want to earn a locker code. Next thing, something new. We are starting something called Creator Challenges today. So from now until 2K26 Early Access begins, if you make content that breaks down or reacts to any of our 2K26 courtside reports, including today's gameplay one, you're going to want to use the hashtag NBA2K Challenge in your video in the description or the title. And after you all reach the community goal of 2,026
to get a chance for 1 million
eligible videos, you all will unlock a locker code for a drawstring bag and a My Team pack in 2K26 that we're going to post during early
Forget the drawstring bag. I want that Millie VC
access. And on top of that, if you go to our Creator Challenge website at this link below, you will be able to fill out a form, submit your video, and then in September, we are going to draw 26 eligible winners who will each get 1 million VC in 2K26. All right, let's get into gameplay and welcome in our special guest. THXS, how are you feeling today?
Man, oh man, I'm feeling good, man. And for me, too, it feels amazing being like kind of on the outside of the information. So everything I'm about to see today is going to be new and news to me as well. So you'll get to see my live reaction. Yeah, man, I'm ready for it. Let's get it.
Let's get it, man.
Alrighty, well, let's get right into it. I see the chat wants us to hurry it up. The first thing we do have for everybody today is the cinematic gameplay trailer for 2K26. This was captured using the PS5 version of the game. It's still early in the morning for you. I hope it wakes you up and gets you ready for the rest of the stream. THXS, I think they're ready.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, I want to see it, man. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited just like the rest of the chat. Let's see this gameplay. Come on.
Looks terrible.
Hey man, you know what? Well, the first thing I want to say about that trailer that I noticed off the rip is the different camera angles and stuff we got. Like I don't know if uh hopefully I'll be able to make some content too with with those type of camera angles. That looked pretty fire. Also pro play, man. A lot of signature moves I've seen in there. Kevin Durant looking just like himself movement wise. Same with Jalen Brunson, that little turnaround shot that he does. Amazing, man. I'm hyped for it, man. I've seen a lot of stuff in that trailer that I really like.
For sure. Shout out to our
didn't
creative
see anything,
teams and our
like,
marketing
really
teams who
different,
put
though, like,
together that very, very awesome
Sounds the
trailer.
same to me.
I am very biased, but that shot of LeBron, like behind the rim at the end, that was just perfect. I see somebody in the chat
Yeah, the
says
Obi-
LeBron is not doing that at 41 years old. I'm pretty sure LeBron just did that a couple months ago, so that shot is very accurate.
I'm
But
not
that was just the start of what we have today. Next up, we are going to pass
Nigga ain't
it
gonna let him
to
talk
our
or what?
gameplay director, Mike Wang, and a special guest who recorded a courtside report video together for you, and they're going to go through some of the gameplay features in
Evan cut stacks
2K26.
off.
Check this one out.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with NBA 2K gameplay director Mike Wang to break down this year's new gameplay features in 2K26. Today, we'll discuss the new Pro Play motion engine, enhanced rhythm shooting, and other advanced controls. Now let's get to it.
This year, Pro Play technology is evolving, bringing more authenticity than ever before through advancements in rhythm shooting, new customization options on offense, an all-new
shit looks real,
dynamic
though, I
motion
ain't gonna lie.
engine, and much more.
Graphics do look better.
In 2K26, Pro Play powers the all-new dynamic motion engine, using machine learning technology
Look at
to
that.
make your
That could be a
actions
real
feel more
game.
lifelike
Oh,
and
wow,
realistic.
that's real cool.
Dynamic lower body pose match
What the?
feeling every time you step on the
Gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
Players who take advantage of the rhythm shooting mechanic will notice more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
Is creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from
That's a shot meter right there.
shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
Big men in NBA
I like this. There
2K26
was like
will now be
no post movement. Like they took all that shit out last year. I don't know what happened, but like the post control and all that shit is way different.
able to leverage all new signature
be
go-to
able to
post shots by holding up on the shot stick while in the post. Players can lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy floaters, baby hooks, and up and unders. Playing with your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to master it can take advantage in the paint. In previous versions of NBA 2K, layups were limited by a single signature layup package. But this year, players can draw inspiration from around the league to mix and match
That's
standard
fire.
layups,
I fuck with
floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps, and spins, and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim. 2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air.
Okay, I
And
like
bigs will
that.
feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint.
Seeing some contact in this motherfucker. For real.
Last but not least, we've added some new offensive controls to give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance and lead to more skill-based outcomes. You can even use it to put defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love to do. For spot-up shooters, you can use the new quick shot feature by holding the left trigger on catch and shoot shots. This will skip the dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson. Slashers now have access to slow-motion Euro step gathers, something we've been seeing a lot of in the league lately from players like yourself and Ant. This will help you navigate through the paint and around defenders by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space with a slow-mo finish. And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force rat passes, which will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and avoid defenders playing the passing lanes.
As a big-time 2K fan, I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward, with more personalization and variety, faster pace, and more skill-based gameplay.
Whether you're a new player or a veteran like me, everyone can master the fundamentals in these all-new moves. Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and hit the court sooner with early access, starting on August 29th.
2K26, logo me up, man.
Man, oh man, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Shout out to Mike Wayne for coming through and blessing us with some more information, man. But yeah, we got a deep bag to get into today, Evan. So let's go ahead and start kicking it off with some of this stuff here, man.
Yeah, there is a lot there. And just like last time, we just gave Stacks a list of everything in the full Court to the Report blog that we can talk about today. So we're going to go put them in your shoes and go through not only each feature that Mike and Tyrese mentioned in more detail, but also we're going to talk about a couple improvements that actually weren't even mentioned in the video. So stick around for that. I'm ready if you are, Stacks.
Yes. Yeah. Let's get into it, man. I'm excited. I'm hyped up. I know the chat is ready to get into it as well. So first up, we got Pro Play Motion Engine. Mike said that this is the biggest change to the motion engine since NBA 2. Exactly does that mean?
Well, sure. In case you haven't heard about Pro Play in the past, that's been a big step towards more lifelike basketball in 2K. And it's this really cool tech that lets us use footage from real NBA games to capture animations from them. So we don't need to have players come to our studio and wear those mocap suits with the white dots and do the animations there. We can get them from the NBA footage. So at its core, Pro Play is about getting a huge library of animations from the NBA. And I think oftentimes the community attributes more to Pro Play than what it really is. So I just wanted to clarify that first. But anyways, the last 2 years, you've seen Pro Play for things like shot animations and dribbling. And now, this year, as you heard Mike say, that NBA footage is powering all of the on-court movement in 26. So it is not just the dribbling, but it is expanding to offensive movement, the way players move on defense, and even off-ball movement as well. And you might be thinking, well, what's the actual benefit, right? Well, when you play, you are going to see how players move in a more lifelike way. So you heard Mike talk about how in past years, you may see players kind of skate around or slide around, right? I think that's been a lot of feedback that we've gotten in the past before. And with this new motion engine, you are going to see that skating and sliding a lot less. So hopefully you guys will feel this change when you get your hands on 2K26 very soon.
All right, man. Sound like some good news to us, man, especially skating and sliding all over the court. I know nobody wants that. Next up, we have enhanced rhythm shooting. All right, I was a rhythm shooting demon this past year, and now rhythm shooting is enhanced. I would love to know more about that too.
Yeah, I keep being asked if rhythm shooting is back, and it is. It's also got some really cool upgrades that I'm personally excited about because, like a lot of people this past year, I was kind of resistant to it at first, just being honest. But over time, I wanted to learn something new. And now at the end of year, just like you, Stacks, I use rhythm shooting for almost everything. All of my catch and shoots, all of my step backs. And I've heard from not just you, but many people who've done the same thing. So for those of you who like shooting with the button, you can still shoot the button. That is not removed, but rhythm shooting is a more advanced option. And if you take the time to learn it, you're not going to regret it, because this year the big upgrade is that rhythm shooting is no longer just about matching the player's animation, but rather giving you the full control over the animation. So when you do, picture your controller, when you do the down up flick on your right stick, the way you flick the stick will actually change the way your player is shooting. So to try to explain this in like the simplest way we can, rhythm shooting has two parts, right? The timing of when you flick the stick, and then the tempo of how you did it, timing and tempo. For timing, if you flick up really early, you can now release the ball earlier. And if you flick up late, you can kind of hold on to the ball for a moment before you let go. And then for tempo, if you flick up kind of fast, you're going to rush your shot. But if you flick with a slower tempo, you're going to do like a lazier looking release. So the cool thing about this is there isn't necessarily a right or wrong timing anymore. It's giving you more freedom because let's say, for example, you rushed your timing to get the shot, right? The defender's closing out, you want to rush your shot. If you rush the timing, but you still green the tempo, you can still make the shot. So to me, it's really just about how you shoot in real life. The dev team is giving us more control as a shooter than you would have simply by pressing the button. So I got to mess around a little bit with this earlier last week, and I'm still getting the hang of it, but I can't wait to try it out some more. And Stacks, I think you're gonna like it too.
Yeah, man. I think that's one of those things that I'm gonna have to get my hands on to actually see exactly how it works.
Team is skill-based and competitive gameplay that makes you feel more in control. So when people are asking about like the outcome of shots, rebounds, loose ball, steals, and all those things like that, we are intending to make that more skill-based and competitive. So as you hear us talk about all the new features today, just keep that in mind. And then the other thing we did talk about last time were that a few gameplay settings were adjusted. So higher difficulties and most multiplayer modes are going to have green or miss shot timing. And then layup timing is permanently enabled so that people aren't making real player percentage layups on your head anymore. But that should catch you up if you missed our last stream.
Yeah, man. I think the layup timing thing is probably my favorite thing from last stream, just because like maybe mid-year I started adapting layup timing, and I think personally for me it's been better in terms of like how I play and getting those layups off. So I'm excited to see more people be forced to use that as well and kind of create a little bit more of a bigger skill gap, you know, when playing the game online. Anyway,
exactly.
Let's go to the next thing. We have signature go-to post shot. So we already had that signature shots like pretty much on the perimeter, but now it look like we have showing some love to the big men out here, man. So let's hear about those signature go-to post shots.
Yeah, so many of you probably remember the regular go-to shots we've added, and personally, it's really fun anytime I see a video of like somebody doing side-by-side of 2K gameplay and IRL footage together. So like I've seen it for Steph a lot, KD, Kyrie, people like that. So the dev team has worked on giving big men more moves this year as well, and they've added what we're calling go-to post shots. So when you're in the post, if you hold the right stick up, you're going to see new post moves and moves that a bunch of big men in the NBA are doing today. So I'm hoping to see some more go-to shot clips for big men now this year as well, like some of the ones you even saw in the gameplay trailer.
Okay, man. Yeah, I kind of messed around with the go-to shots. It took me a while to kind of figure out which one I liked the best, but I found one that's pretty effective for me. Anyway, moving on, we got custom layups, right? Now, I heard Mike say mix and match. Because when I say mix and match, I'm thinking mixing one player's layup package with another player. Like, is that what are we talking about here when we talk about that?
That's something.
You are correct, because a popular piece of feedback from the community and something I've heard often has been somebody might like a certain animation from a player's layup package, but they don't want all of that layup animations, right? And this is an addition that tries to address that feedback. So in the past, you pick one layup package, and that player's package determines all of your layup. This year, you can set different players' animations for different types of layups. So we have normal layups, reverse layups, floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps, and spins, as you can see here in the My Player customization menu. And then these new specific categories, that is available both when you're customizing your My Player, and also if you play My NBA, it's also going to be available when you're editing your rosters and editing the players in them. You can assign to them these different types of layups as well. It's a really cool feature to me.
So far, that's the best feature there.
Yeah. I like that. I could already imagine. I know some of the people that play competitively, probably didn't want to use a lot of other people's layup package because a lot of those layups might get blocked in competitive gameplay. So now I could see them mixing maybe some Kyrie with some Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Getting real innovative inside of that. So that's kind of fire, man. I like that as well. Being able to mix layup packages. I don't think we've been able to do that for a while, man. So I'm definitely locked into that. Next, though, we got defense. And Mike said that collisions and interior defense are better this year. That's great to hear, man. That's definitely great to hear. What exactly does that mean, though, Evan?
Well, in the past, the way players' bodies collided with each other was scripted, right? That was through mocap. And I think many of you knew that, or at least assumed that based on how those animations look. Well, this year in 2K26, there is new tech that actually generates those collisions. So you're going to notice as a dribbler or even like an on-ball defender, you are going to notice more freedom of movement rather than kind of being stuck in a scripted, mocapped animation. So that's one benefit there. And the other one for interior defense, that has been redesigned so that bigs can get body bumps more reliably when they're contesting layups and dunks. You're really going to feel more physicality in the paint if you are guarding around the rim. So there was defensive improvements as well. We never want to make it one-sided. We do want to remember our defensive players out there as well.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Bro,
I
especially
think
when defense matters, man. Especially if you locking on somebody and they doing some bullshit on you.
love to the
that shit
defensive
make
side
you
of the
needy.
ball is always a great time. Next, too, not only defense, we also got new rebounding timing feedback. Now, this is interesting. I'm not sure if this is something we've ever seen in
What is
2K
this?
before. So let's see what we got here.
Yeah, so this is actually a small but really helpful addition when I saw it for the first time. Maybe I was just out of the loop because I didn't really play on big builds until the last year, but I never
Bro, you've
knew
been
when to
playing on
press
bigs.
triangle to jump for a rebound.
Ever since 2K 19 or 20, we've been playing center because we started dominating shit. I don't know if we're probably gonna play center again, but now is our main build. Our main build, we're gonna have a small forward for sure. I want to do everything. I want to be slamming on people, breaking ankles, locking up, getting blocks, snatch blocks, getting steals, banging threes, everything.
Rebound. I kind of just like pressed triangle randomly. So if you're like me and you didn't know, the ideal time to jump for a rebound is right before the ball makes its final bounce off the rim. So if a ball bounces twice before coming down,
Yo,
it is that final bounce that matters.
I know how to grab some boards,
And
boy.
this year, when you do have an excellent timed rebound, you are going to see a green flash below your player's feet, just like you see in this clip of the Thunder. And if you do nail the timing and get a green rebound, it is going to significantly boost your chances of securing the ball. So it is
Okay.
important to get
I
the
fuck with
rebound
that.
timing right to have the best chance of grabbing the board over somebody who might not know
Okay.
their timing as well as you
Damn,
do. And this
we might
green
have to go
flash is really
center
there to
again.
kind of help educate you and help you learn and adjust
We're gonna
to
see.
when
We're
you
gonna
have
fill
to
it out
jump.
today, yo.
And last thing there, just a note, not all bigs are created equal. So if a player has higher defensive or offensive rebounding attributes, they are going to find it easier to nail that timing and get that green flash on offensive or defensive types of rebounds, whichever one their attribute is higher for. So definitely don't skip out on your rebounding attributes.
Okay, I think that's amazing too. I think that adds another level of what people like to call a skill gap now, even in rebounding. I think that's probably going to go into how a lot of people make their bigs this year. They might think a little bit more about adding more rebounding now. Just to get that better timing on there, get that clutch rebound. Anyway, let's move forward. Next, we got new controls. Mike talked about some of these like rat passes. And there's a lot here, so let's get into some of them.
Yeah, so one thing, before we go through like each of the new controls, there is an important note here that I think many of you will be very happy to hear, that the overall game speed in 2K26 has been sped up compared to 2K25. So hopefully that is good news for many of you. But as you hear about these new controls, keep that in mind, because if the game speed is faster, that means players who have faster decision making, who can anticipate what's going to happen next, are going to be rewarded more. So Mike and Tyrese in that video, they covered some of these new controls already, so we'll just do a quick recap of them. But Stacks, what do you got first?
First, we have Quick Protect. By the way, I do want to say, man, the game speed being faster is a huge W as well. I know that's been something that I've been talking about a while too, is having the game speed a little bit faster. So I really love that. But first up, we got Quick Protect.
Yeah, you heard Mike talk about this one. This is a new control so that when you're dribbling, if you tap the left trigger, you can now kind of shield the ball or evade somebody reaching in on you to get a steal. So if you do react quickly enough to a defender that's reaching in, you can counter it. And then the goal here is to give ball handlers a balance to the steal system and ultimately lead to...
You know what I'm saying? So I really do like that. Quick Protect, I feel like that can be very, very, very useful. That just for the things that you said right there too. So I like that. Next up, we're going to talk about the no dip catch and shoots. Very interested about that. I think we saw a little bit of an example of it in the gameplay with Klay Thompson. So let's hear about that.
Yeah, this one is, I think, I shouldn't say it, now, but I think this is my favorite feature today, just because it's the one that I'm going to probably have the chance to use the most, because when I'm out there playing, as some of you know, I am always sitting in the corner, right? I don't dribble. I just kind of sit there and knock down threes for my team. So this is a really cool addition because the dev team has added a feature in 2K26 for people like me and anybody else who kind of is a corner sitter or just sits there waiting for the ball to shoot. When you're standing still and you get past the ball, if you hold down the left trigger, you are going to square up and catch the ball and then go straight into your shot without dipping your hands down.
Bet.
And it's funny that, when I first learned about this feature, I remember
I
this
need
like
that.
Clay Thompson video that I watched before where he kind of explains exactly this. And he talked about how he mastered being able to catch and shoot in rhythm without dipping. And it's part of why he's such a good shooter. So this new feature is going to help you do exactly that in 2K, like Clay Thompson and anybody else who does that in the real life NBA.
Yeah, we like that. All these gameplay improvements are pretty fire. That one is pretty cool too, I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have revamped signature size up. Let's get it.
This one is like a control change, kind of. So they're a little different this year. There are 2 inputs now. So you can either, imagine your controller, you can either rock the right stick back and forth, left and right, or you can repeatedly flick the right stick like up, 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 and you're going to get 2 different size up combinations. This is really up combinations. This is really just to give you more variety in what types of size ups that you can do. Because when you go left, right versus up, 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 it's going to be a different size up. So more controls for those advanced users out there and advanced dribblers who want to take advantage of those size ups.
Okay, I like that, but I see one of my favorite moves in the game. This is a move I utilize a lot, man. We got slow motion Euro steps now. I kind of want to hear a little bit about that, man. I love you using the Euro step. What do we got about that?
Yeah, this one does look very cool because there are very few players who can just put their head down and barrel their way to the rim every play. Like most players, they need a little finesse there. So the dev team has added these slow motion Euro steps, and this is another left trigger control. So picture your controller again.
Euro stepping like
doing a
Brunson.
Euro step, if you hold down the left trigger, you can slow down mid move, kind of do like a slow motion drag step. And if your defender kind of isn't expecting it and jumps based on what your normal layup speed or Euro step speed would be, they're going to fly right by you. So it is a good way for people to mix things up with their layups. And I got to say, like, overall, layups in general feel really good this year from what I've seen, from what I've heard.
Man, stop about to talk about play already, man.
Feel really good. So if you're somebody who likes driving in for layups, hopefully you're going to have a great year in 2K26.
I ain't gonna lie, I like that. That's probably my favorite feature so far. Like I said, I like to utilize the Euro step and being able to like kind of throw the defender off, like you said, make him jump when he think you're going up, and then go up with the layup. I really like that, Evan. Not gonna lie, that's probably my favorite feature right there.
I like how they're prior towards not just the shooter this year, like also the finishers. Like they switch up a lot of shit with like the layups. I fuck with that.
But next up,
And
we
the
also
finishing.
have wrap passes.
Yeah, I saw the chat like this when we were talking about it earlier, showing it in the video. So this one is like a new control. So in the past, like double tapping circle, if you're on PlayStation, double tapping circle, that was a flashy pass, right? I used to spam that by accident sometimes. But now double tapping circle is going to do a wrap
Shaking his
pass.
head.
Because I've seen people submit 2K25 videos in our feedback channels that are like
what?
a wrap pass. Because I've seen it sometimes. But now double tapping circle is going to do a wrap pass. Because I've seen people
What?
submit
No more
2K25
flashy
videos
pass?
in our
With new dynamic motion, this
Oh
change
my
improves the
fucking gosh,
freedom
bro.
of
This shit about to
authentic
piss me
movement
off.
for both the dribble
avoid your pass going into somebody
and on-ball defender. Interior
into somebody's back. And this one is pretty simple. So double tapping circle on PlayStation or double tapping B on an Xbox controller, that's going to do a wrap pass now in 2K26.
No.
Perfect. Love that. Having a little bit more control over your passes. And speaking of passes, next up we got alley-oops.
Yeah, this one was not in the video. This one is a small change to alley-oops to make sure they require a little more thinking. So on lower difficulties, alley-oops are still going to be similar to previous year. You can get away with just pressing square, and you don't really have to think too much, right? But on higher difficulties, the button the dunker has to press is going to be randomized. So on PlayStation, for example, it is not always going to be square. It could be any of those 4 buttons on the right side of your controller, so that just makes sure there's more thought behind an alley-oop, because it could be circle, it could be triangle or X or square, and you're going to have to pay attention on those higher difficulties to finish your alley-oops as a dunker.
I think, and this is just for me, I'm not speaking for anybody. I think anything we can do to increase the skill gap, I know I keep going back to that, but anything we can do to increase the skill gap, I think is cool. Now, going online, you won't get spammed with alley-oops and all of those crazy things. Now it's going to be a little bit more difficult. I think all of this stuff, though, once you play the game for a while and get the hang of it, you know what I'm saying? You'll get used to it and you'll start to get a little bit better at it.
Right.
Next up, we
I
have
think some people in the chat, they're underestimating their reaction time. Some of you don't like this, but when you actually do it, I'm pretty sure you're going to be reacting quick enough to whether it's X, square, triangle,
Shit
whatever
gonna
it
be
is.
easy. I'm gonna be throwing
I think
alley oops
you're
like crazy.
underestimating your reaction time. For those
Even
in
better
chat who
than
kind of heard
before.
that and were a little scared about what that means for you as a dunker, I think you're underestimating yourself.
I mean, you know, if they're not good enough to get the button pressed in time, man, I don't know what to tell them, man. That's tough. Anyway, moving on.
It's tough.
We also have setting screens. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's get into
Yeah, so this one is
my career.
for the big men out there. So this year, when you are setting a screen, you can kind of make fine adjustments to which way you want to face. So as you're setting a screen, you can nudge the left stick, left or right, to kind of rotate your player 45 degrees a little bit in whichever direction you nudge the stick, right, left or right. Or you can flick the left stick in the opposite direction of what you're facing, and your players kind of do like a 180 degree turn, like a spin. And that means that if you're a smart big who starts learning these and can really pin defenders, you're going to get your ball handlers open better. So this is an advanced control for being added for like big men who want to be at the next level and be a better screener for their teammates.
Okay.
Dude, we might make a big
that
again
is
because
it
everyone
for
needs
the
a
new
big.
controls.
Everyone, I don't know, bro. If I don't have a big that I'm playing with, I'm gonna be pissed. Every time we never have a big and it's just terrible. I have to be big and I just shut shit
A
down.
lot of new things to learn. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the faster game speed.
But my nigga So Baby said he's gonna be big,
you
so
know,
we'll see.
like a lot of people don't like change, man. But you gotta lock in for a little while, get in the lab, you know. And once you get used to it, I'm pretty sure everything is gonna be okay. But anyway, before we wrap up, is there anything about AI and coaching that we need to know?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot about AI and coaching, to be honest, in the blog that everyone should definitely go read. But, you know, especially if you play my team or my NBA and you consistently have a lot of AI teammates, it's definitely something you kind of want to, learn about. But we can summarize a few real quick here. We have time. What do you got?
Okay, let's start out with first up we have drive and kick intelligence.
Yeah, okay. So this one, I've heard this feedback a lot, that the AI like wouldn't pass when they should, or you as the user might feel like the AI should have made a pass that they didn't. But this year, the AI does have improved drive and kick intelligence, and what that means is they are going to be more actively looking to see when the defense rotates and then pass out if there's an open shooter. But on the flip side,
that should be dumb as hell sometimes.
For AI defenders, there is also new help defense intelligence. And that is about making AI smarter.
AI gonna be putting clamps on people.
About when they collapse in to help and protect the paint on those drives.
They've been clamping
and this
everybody
really
up.
Factors in, how close the ball is to the basket so that defenders can adjust properly to help or then recover back out to the shooter. So if you think about the two things we talked about, the help defense and then the drive and kick.
Oh, they need to
offense,
start talking about my career. Nigga starving.
So it's really good to encourage you to pass the ball around to make sure you
ain't heard it talk about it in my career, man.
You or your AI getting you open as well.
Okay, perfect. Next up, we have My Player Freelance Engine. What is this about, Evan?
I want to see what this is
my
about.
first time seeing this.
Well, as the name suggests, this one is specific to my players, obviously. So your AI teammates, they do now factor in where you are on the court, right? When you're playing my player, let's say you're in your NBA career, your teammates do understand where you are on the court, even if you don't have the ball. So for that drive and kick that we just talked about, if an AI drives in and the defense kind of collapses on them in the paint, they're going to know that where you are on the court, and they can find you more consistently if you're open. If you're staying in a corner wide open and your defender went in to help, they can find you.
This is how it should have been, bro. Like, why are they just now adding this? Like, this is common sense. They should know where I'm at on the court when I'm calling for the ball. That's why they be doing that dumb shit and throwing it all crazy.
Corner for an open shot. And also with this freelance engine, there is a new set of quick plays that you have when you're off ball. And you can kind of use those quick plays to communicate with your AI teammates. So the example from the blog is that when you're off ball, you can tell your point guard that you're going to come set a screen for them, like give them a heads up, or you can actually call like a post up for yourself. Things like that are examples of these new quick plays that are possible with this freelance engine. But there is more in the blog that we're not going to go through in its entirety here. I think it might be better for you guys to go read it yourself. But, real quick summary, there is smarter double team logic. So it sends a double at the right time and knows who to double. There's better screen navigation so that AI defenders can make the best decision when they get screen and go over under screens with more logic than they have in the past. And then something I think many of our sim players will appreciate is the dev team has expanded playbooks. You now have the ability to put up to 80 plays in your playbooks now. For those of you who are basketball experts out there, know all the ins and outs of those plays. I can't claim to
You'll probably be a better player out there on the court. So I'm super excited about all of that stuff that's coming to 2K26.
Yeah, the full blog, the Courtside Report, that is live right now on the NBA 2K website, or if you missed the trailer, if you missed the Courtside Report video, that is live on our NBA 2K YouTube channel as well. That includes everything we just talked about in case you missed anything. And also, if you do have any questions today, because I'm sure, as always, every year of gameplay, there's going to be a lot of questions. We did open, or we are about to open, our questions channel on Discord, discord.gg/NBA2K. And our
saw
dev
that
team
showing.
is going to be answering some of those questions. So that's discord.gg/NBA2K.
I want to see more
Join there.
my
There's a
career shit,
2K26
bro. I didn't
questions
see enough
channel.
gameplay.
Drop your gameplay questions there. And keep in mind, we are answering gameplay questions today. So don't ask about my player, the city, my team. As you saw on our roadmap, that is coming up soon. We're not answering questions about those yet. Today's questions are just going to be about what we talked about with on-court gameplay. But I hope everybody learned something that they're excited to try out. For me, custom
Yeah,
layups
it's pretty
is a
cool.
big upgrade. I've always
that's a
wanted to mix and
major
match
upgrade right
my
there.
layup packages there of different players, so that's a big upgrade for me. I want to try out that new rhythm shooting, the quick release.
Overall, it seems like it's gonna be pretty fire. Can't wait for it, man. Guys, let me know what build y'all want to see me playing on. I want to go either small forward or center, but y'all let me know. I'm gonna make a post later. So, anyways, God Squad, we out. 2K, if y'all seen this, man, logo me up. I've been waiting for it forever since I was legit, man.